Seattle Refined, we're hitting the highway in some of the most fuel-efficient cars around. If you haven't had a summer road trip adventure yet, don't make any plans until you see today's show.
We're often referred to as an adult summer camp.
It's a road trip roundup of the spectacular kind.
And where else can you find a town where you can have beers and brats 365 days a year?
From amazing resorts.
What makes it special to us is that it's been in our family for 5 generations.
I don't think there's anything else like this in Washington State.
To out-of-this-world grub.
2 eggs, a little bit of heavy cream, whole lot of crab.
We have a road trip itinerary to relaxation and rejuvenation.
It's quiet and it's wonderful. The staff has been terrific.
And it's just what the doctor ordered.
Gorgeous setting and just beautiful with the water feature and everything's just relaxing.
Seattle Refined starts now.
Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Today, thanks to our sponsor, your Western Washington Honda dealers, we are bringing you a special road trip edition of the show.
All summer, Honda has guided us to some of the most spectacular resorts around the region, all of which can be reached on just 1 tank of gas if you're driving a fuel-efficient Honda. And later in the show, we'll tell you how you can enter the Honda 1-Tank Trip Sweepstakes for your chance to win weekly prizes, outdoor expeditions, vacation getaways, and the grand prize, a 3-year lease on a new 2017 Honda Accord.
It's hard to believe there's less than a month left in summer. Can you believe that? But thanks to your Western Washington Honda dealers, the Refined team has made the most of it. We've driven all across the state, discovering new things to see and fantastic places to stay.
Our first stop this summer was Leavenworth and a resort known as the Sleeping Lady. Refined's Carrie Brandenburg gives us a tour.
Our team was super excited to get started on our first 1-tank trip of the year. We threw our gear into the spacious trunk of a brand new Honda Accord and headed out of the city. The Accord gets 37 miles per gallon on the highway, and with its ample passenger space, it really is the perfect road trip vehicle. Plus, the Accord is simply one of the safest cars on the road today. We drove up US 2 and into the Central Cascades, Bigfoot country, according to our roadside barista. From there, we popped over the pass and down to our destination, the Sleeping Lady Resort just outside Leavenworth. And our gas tank was still almost 2/3 full.
We're often referred to as an adult summer camp.
The Sleeping Lady Resort is the perfect mountain getaway for groups large and small looking to immerse themselves in nature.
You'll see wildlife, maybe a deer, a raccoon, sometimes a bear. You'll see a lot of art scattered throughout the property. Our owner's very passionate about art and nature. You'll see a lot of wildflowers, native trees. You'll hear bird song.
Nestled along the banks of Icicle Creek, it is an outdoor adventure paradise.
Sleeping Lady has every kind of recreation surrounding the property that you can imagine. We have a Class 3 river that runs through town, the Wenatchee River. We have world-class granite for rock climbing. We have really great mountain bike trails up at Ski Hill, hiking. In the winter months, we have cross-country skiing adjacent to the property, and then we also have Mission Ridge and Stevens Pass downhill skiing adjacent.
Well, for me and my family, what we really enjoy doing here is the surrounding area, the recreation that's here, the hiking and the biking and the climbing. And then there's always downtown Leavenworth, which is a great attraction to go downtown and see the Bavaria of it all and enjoy the ambiance there.
Don't forget to pack your lederhosen. It's just a short drive from the resort to the heart of our most Bavarian of towns, Leavenworth.
Where else can you find a town where you can have beers and brats 365 days a year in a small little Bavarian town with access to the outdoors and everything that you love to do? It's great.
Joel knows a lot about beers and brats. He's a manager at both the Icicle Brewing Company and Munchenhaus, the go-to place in town to get German sausage.
So the Munchenhaus is a great hub in town. It's one of those places that, you know, a lot of people when they come to town, they'll come there once, twice, maybe 3 times a weekend. It's a great place to be.
Of course, when you're on a road trip, it's always important to drive responsibly. And not to worry, you can get your draft beer to go in a sealed can to enjoy later when you're done driving for the day.
It's a super quick drive, and it's the kind of one-stop shop for everything to get out of the city. Still get a nice vacation. I always like the mountains. It's got great beer, brats, you know, you can float down the river. It's nice.
Once you have seen everything Leavenworth has to offer, there's another one-tank trip waiting for you. This one just about another half an hour east down the highway. Lake Chelan is one of our state's hidden gems. We can't get enough of it. So we got back into our Honda and made a beeline for Chelan's premier lakeside resort, Campbell's.
It's summer. Time to pack up the kids and hit the road for a family vacation. There's no better family getaway than Lake Chelan, and no better family road trip vehicle than the Honda CR-V. The CR-V is the #1 selling SUV in the U.S., and for good reason. There's plenty of passenger space and loads of cargo room for everything your family needs for a weekend at the lake. Plus, with the CR-V's amazing gas mileage, we easily drove to Lake Chelan and back again on less than 1 tank of gas.
Fantastic. It is fantastic. I mean, you got the weather, you got the water, you got the hills, you got the wineries, you know, there's a lot of stuff to do here.
We stayed at Lake Chelan's premier destination hotel, Campbell's Resort, and we talked to Tom and Eric Campbell about what makes this place so special.
Well, it's all about the lake. It's the lake. Lake Chelan is a 55-mile-long, glacially fed, 3rd deepest lake in the nation. The water is pure and clear. Once you jump in it, you kind of get it. So that's the start. Now, there's wine industry. There's a great wine industry. There's how many wineries around?
There's about 30 wineries and tasting rooms in the valley now, so that's definitely kind of changed and evolved over the years, which is also another reason people want to come here.
What makes it special to us is that it's been in our family for 5 generations. And so this is a 116-year-old business. Eric and I are 5th generation operators of that business.
Most thing that I enjoy is seeing the families that are coming back year after year, and the multi-generational families that are here, and like the kids, and you see them start swimming for the first time in the pool, now they're in the lake, and so you kind of see that evolve over the course of years and generations. It's pretty neat.
Kids love it. They've been coming here since they were babies, really, so kind of a tradition.
I know, what do you like doing?
I like swimming in the pool, in the lake.
The wineries are cool too. We like wine, so visiting the wineries is fun.
There are a ton of things to do in the area, all just a short drive from Campbell's. So we jumped in our CR-V to check things out. And of course, one of the major draws to the area are all the incredible wineries.
There's lots to do. The weather's great. I'm coming from the west side. You know, you can always guarantee good weather. Great wine tasting, which is amazing. A lot of family-friendly things to do. It's kind of that nice balance between adult and kid time. So that's good, and we have yet to taste a bad bottle of wine or a glass of wine. So far, so good.
And if you're a golfer, Lake Chelan is the perfect place to take a swing on your next vacation.
Yeah, I mean, we're surrounded by a bunch of really nice golf courses. We have a great municipal golf course just right close to the property, but we also have some more challenging golf courses that are all around the valley. So if you want to do a little stay in golf thing, also mix in some winery visits, and then, you know, rent a boat, get out in the lake, swim, just veg, go toes up. You know, there is all of that for you.
Well, there's still time for you to be part of your Western Washington Honda dealers one-tank trip sweepstakes.
Log on to our website and learn how to enter for your chance to win weekly prizes, outdoor expeditions, vacation getaways, and the grand prize, a 3-year lease on a new 2017 Honda Accord. You have until September 4th to enter. Complete details are on our website.
A Seattle Refined viewer can tell you that it pays to enter to win.
Last year, Refined and Honda took you to 4 more fabulous destinations, and one of our viewers, Wendy Fairbanks, saw our coverage, entered, and won the grand prize, a beautiful, fuel-efficient Honda Civic.
I thought there were a lot of great prizes to win, and I was just thrilled when I won the grand prize of this beautiful car. And I'd just like to thank the Western Washington Honda dealers and encourage everyone to enter to win like I did.
Our Refined Honda one-tank road trip celebration is just getting started. Coming up, we head to the gorge to get our cave on.
I get to just drive by it and be like, what's a cave be? And then when I looked at it, I was like, this place is perfect.
Find out why Cave B makes our road trip A-list next.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gart Swanson. Today, our sponsor, your Western Washington Honda dealers, is treating us to a road trip extravaganza. All summer, we've hit the highway in a fuel-efficient Honda to explore some of the best resorts the state has to offer. Our next destination took us to the gorge and an amazing spot called Cave B.
We are all about getting away from everything.
If your idea of a great vacation is sitting by the pool with a glass of wine and doing absolutely nothing, have we got the perfect getaway for you. KB Winery and Inn. And not only is KB an incredible place to stay, but getting there is a breeze if you're driving a roomy, fuel-efficient Honda. We hopped into a brand new 2017 Honda Accord, cranked the tunes, and before we knew it, we were winding our way through the vineyards of KB.
I don't think there's anything else like this in Washington State in general. We are a working vineyard, so we have hundreds of acres of vineyards on site that you can wander through and just kind of enjoy the whole farm experience. And we have a full service spa, we have fine dining on site, and a pool to relax by. So there are lots of ways to get away and just enjoy a weekend relaxing.
Well, first of all, it's got a little bit of everything for everybody. That's the most important thing. And I used to just drive by it and be like, what's a Cave B? And then when I looked at it, I was like, this place is perfect.
As the name suggests, KB is built right into the cliffs of the Columbia River Gorge. There are many different kinds of rooms available, from private cliff houses to luxury glamping yurts. But if you want the true cave experience, you can stay in the cavern rooms.
And those are deluxe style hotel room accommodations, 12 rooms over 2 floors. And they have some of the best views probably on property. Nothing in front of them except for the Columbia River Gorge, and at night you can see all of the stars, which is amazing.
Speaking of amazing, Tendrils is the restaurant here at KB, and Chef Tyler Cross has one word for what makes it so special.
Passion. You know, I have a good team that really cares a lot about what they're doing and their job, and we've made a menu that's, you know, seems to be pleasing the guests very well.
And of course, it doesn't hurt to be connected to a world-class winery.
We do 5-course wine pairing dinners, and all the wine that we sell and that we pair them with is grown on estate on the property. So, you know, just a unique experience that you can't get anywhere else.
We decided to check out the wine for ourselves, so we hopped back into our Honda Accord for a very short jaunt to the tasting room.
It's been great. The wine is wonderful. We're doing our tasting now. We just got finished with the whites and we're moving into the reds. What's better than being with friends and wine?
KB really is an incredible place to relax and reset. And there's no better place to do that than at this pool with a view.
We're really searching for the pool, and I knew it was here. Yeah, it's a gorgeous setting and just beautiful with the water feature, and everything's just relaxing. It's such a different landscape and topography than Seattle. It's only 2.5 hours out of Seattle. All the colors change and shift. It's more golds and sages, and the smells are different. And for it to be that little of a drive and to have that dramatic of a difference in landscape and the birds and the nature and all the plants, it's just such a break.
Another reminder, you have until September 4th to enter Honda's One Tank Trip Sweepstakes. You can find complete details on our website. Still to come on our refined summer road trip celebration, there are tots, and then there are crab tots.
This is my first tot ever, and it is amazing.
We roll into Snug Harbor and visit one of the most tranquil resorts in the state.
It's just nice to be on the ocean.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. Thanks to our sponsor, your Western Washington Honda dealers, the refined team has been cruising in style all summer long to fantastic locations, reachable with just 1 tank of gas in a fuel-efficient Honda. And one of my favorite places to chill and enjoy the beauty of the Northwest are the San Juan Islands. We hopped in the Honda and made our way to the beautiful Snug Harbor.
The San Juan Islands are sometimes referred to as the crown jewels of the Pacific Northwest. And it's easy to forget that this incredible place is just a short drive and a ferry trip away, which makes it a perfect place for our final Honda 1 Tank trip of the year. We drove up in a brand new Honda Civic hatchback, and what a fun car to take island hopping. Not only does it zip along with some incredible gas mileage, but the comfortable interior makes it a perfect road trip car. Before we knew it, we were up in Anacortes and boarding the ferry. And don't forget, you will need a reservation for the ferry to make the trip. The ferry winds through the islands for about an hour before arriving at Friday Harbor. a quaint seaside town with lots to do. You can grab a meal at a great restaurant, rent kayaks and paddleboards at the marina, or climb aboard a whale-watching vessel in one of the world's best places to catch a glimpse of an orca. And speaking of whales, Friday Harbor is also home to the Whale Museum. We stopped by to learn a little bit more about the whales that make the waters around the San Juan Islands home.
For a couple of years we did research learning more about the southern resident community, which is JK and L Pod. They're all individually identifiable on site, so that was pretty exciting, is that you could sit on shore here and watch them go by and learn about their family structure as well as their culture and behavioral methods. But we also get transient orcas that are looking for marine mammals.
We saw whales a couple days ago. I don't know for sure if we confirmed the whale that we saw yet. Seeing them in person, first thing I think of the teeth, it's like a giant toothbrush.
Just down the street with incredible harbor views is Downriggers Restaurant. And get this, they have something called Dungeness crab tots on the menu. We're not kidding. That's right, crab tater tots. We just had to stop by to see how these delectable morsels were made.
So I start with room temperature or warm cream cheese. Tater tots, get grated potatoes. I don't peel them, they're just washed. So the seasonings in here are garlic, fresh cilantro chopped up, fresh scallions. These are panko breadcrumbs. It's basically the binder. 2 eggs, a little bit of heavy cream, whole lot of crab.
Exclamations of delight. This is my first hot ever, and it is amazing.
After spending a delightful lunch on the deck at Downriggers, we hopped back into our Honda Civic and drove across the island to a magical little inlet called Mitchell Bay, home of the Snug Harbor Resort. Snug Harbor is one of the most serene places you can imagine, with luxury cabin-style accommodations overlooking the water.
It's just nice to be on the ocean.
This has been an absolutely wonderful place. It's really snug, just like it says, Snug Harbor. It's quiet, it's wonderful. The staff has been terrific. And we've really enjoyed everything from the fires at night to the kayaks during the day.
Learn how you can have a chance to drive off in a brand new Honda. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Refine. Today we're celebrating out-of-this-world road trips thanks to our sponsor, your Western Washington Honda dealers. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, our Refine viewer took home the grand prize in last year's Honda one-tank sweepstakes. Here are some of the other places Honda has helped us explore.
We traveled in our Honda just about 3.5 hours down the Washington coast to Long Beach, where there's no shortage of beautiful views. We checked out the Adrift Hotel and Spa.
Yep, the views are awesome.
And enjoyed a bite to eat at the Pickled Fish, the restaurant on the top floor. But if you're looking for something a little more exciting, there's no shortage of cool things to do in Long Beach, both outdoors or inside at the legendary local curiosity, Marcia's Free Museum.
Okay, now what's the deal with Jake the Alligator Man?
Jake the Alligator Man, and he's kind of our star or main attraction here at the museum.
And is this real?
Yes, he is real.
Honda also took us to Mount Rainier for some much-needed R&R at Storm King Spa and Cabins. Also just about 2 hours from Seattle, it has 5 cabins designed specifically for romantic getaways. There's also a sauna and full spa in the main lodge. And by the way, the park is just a mile down the road. And we packed up a Honda bound for Hood Canal, where our first stop was Alderbrook Resort and Spa.
We really try to have a variety of stuff for people to do on the water.
Just about 2 hours south of Seattle, Alderbrook is nestled between the water on one side and the forest on the other, and has more than 8 miles of trails on its property.
You know what's cool about this? We're like steps away from the resort, but it feels like we're worlds away.
Definitely.
Let's go.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And don't forget, there's still time to find your escape and enter the Honda One Tank Trip Sweepstakes.
Log on to our website and learn how to enter for your chance to win weekly prizes, outdoor expeditions, vacation getaways, and the grand prize, a 3-year lease on a new 2017 Honda Accord. You have until September 4th to enter.
All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gart Swanson. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.
Boston